Legend Mick Foley, and you are watching C-RadTV here, right here on YouTube. Have a nice day.
This is Cody Diener, and you are watching C-RadTV on YouTube. And just like Cody Diener, C-RadTV lives by two simple words. Just give her, yeah.
How's it going, guys? It's Radsy at a WWE Money in the Bank 2019 match review. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. So we start off the review with the pre-show. So our one pre-show match was for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. We got Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan defending against the Usos, Jimmy and Jay. I don't know why this match was a pre-show match and not on the main card. Like putting this match on the pre-show made no goddamn sense. And the Cruiserweight title match is on the main card. So, putting this match on the pre-show and not the Cruiserweight title match, that makes no goddamn sense. So, you know the drill with this. We're just going to skip to the end. So, match ending. Usos clear Eric Rowan out of the ring. Usos hit a double Uso splash on Daniel Bryan. Jimmy Uso gets the 3 count for the win. And the Usos are now your new SmackDown Tag Team Champions. So, with the Usos winning... And yeah, Vince, you just officially killed the brand split. The brand split officially means nothing. Because guess what? With the Usos winning, because get this, Usos are a tag team on Raw. They only came over to SmackDown due to the wild card rule. So now you have a Raw tag team as the SmackDown tag team titles. Brand split officially means nothing. You may as well end the brand split now. It officially means nothing. Wow, we're not even in the main card and we already have some stupid booking decisions. But yeah, let's just go ahead into the main card and see if they can dig themselves out of this fucking hole. Probably not, but let's see. So let's jump into the main card, shall we? So we start off the show with the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. So the Cruiserweight title match now going after the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match is already an insult to the Money in the Bank contract. See, our 8 competitors are Naomi, Mandy Rose, Carmella, Bayley, Natalya, Dana Brooke, Ember Moon, and since Alexa Bliss was not medically cleared for this because she got an injury, replacing Alexa Bliss is Nikki Cross of Sanity. So highlights of the match. Nikki's ladder strikes to start the match are pretty good, but the ladder she brought in was the smallest ladder there. So we have the first ladder introduced into the match is too small to reach the prize cliche. Dana's drop kick to the ladder was good, along with Ember's ladder strikes. Ember's drop kick into the ladder to break atomic drop to break a sleeper hold into a ladder, pretty well done. Mandy's pump up knee while climbing up the ladder, pretty good too. The Dahlia's discus clothesline was good, along with her slingshot to the ladder. Naomi's spin kick off the ladder was also good. Bayley's ladder strikes were also good too, along with Carmella's super kick. Naomi's kick off the ladder, and then she does a sprawl to avoid a ladder sandwich. That was pretty good athleticism and heads up on Naomi there. Natalya's stomp off the ladder was good. Dana's cartwheel elbow into the ladder was also good too. Key moment in the match that Carmella would leave with medics after tweaking her knee, so she goes off to the back. So continuing on though, Bayley's sunset flip into the ladder was good. So then Bayley gets sandwiched by ladders 3 times in the middle of a ladder. Naomi's split moonsault on the ladder was good. Nikki's spear under the ladder was also good too, along with her spinning neck breaker. Dana then hangs on the cable while above the ring. Want to try and unhook the briefcase, so Dana got some airtime in the air before she ends up coming back onto the ladder. Ember's eclipse off the ladder was pretty good, really impressive, a great moment there. Gotta give Ember massive kudos there. Manny's face buster onto the ladder was good, and then Carmella comes back out to finish the match on the bad knee. Carmella goes, she hits a super kick on Mandy Rose. Carmella goes for the contract. Sonya Deville, who was out ringside for Mandy Rose, she goes in, she knocks Carmella off the ladder, and then Sonya hits a spear on Carmella. So then Sonya goes, she gets out of the ring, she grabs Mandy Rose, throws her back in. To the match ending, Sonya grabs Mandy and puts Mandy on her shoulders and carries Mandy up the ladder. So we have the equivalent of a double-edged sword here. So not only are you making Mandy Rose look weak by not having her climb up the ladder on her own power, at the same time, you're also having Sonya Deville look good and look strong by having her carry her partner up the ladder. Like, carrying that much strength up a ladder, that's pretty impressive. I'll give kudos to Sonya there. But however, that wasn't meant to be, because as Mandy was getting ready to unhook the briefcase, Bayley comes up, she knocks both Mandy and Sonya both off the ladder. Bayley grabs the contract, she unhooks the briefcase to win the match. So Bayley is unofficially your women Miss Money in the Bank for 2019. The question is, will Bayley's cash in for the SmackDown Women's title be successful? Because we all know she's on SmackDown, it's going to be that title. Unless they have her go to Raw and cash it in. So will Bayley's cash in be successful? Or will Bayley become the first to cash in and lose on the women's side? Yes, I just went there. So continuing on, next up, our next matchup is for the United States title. We have Samoa Joe defending against Rey Mysterio. So now the Cruiserweight title match moves up another spot in the card. So now having that matchup after the U.S. title match is also an insult to the United States title. So to the matchup, highlights of the match. Samoa Joe strikes were good along with Rey's pop-up head scissor. Rey's enziguri followed by a seated senton was good. To the match ending, Rey would counter a powerbomb with a Hurricane Rana. Rey would botch the landing on it. That knee landing looked not look good. Rey then gets a roll up on Joe. Joe would get his shoulder up at 2, but the ref would not see it. And Rey Mysterio gets the 3 count for the win because the ref was out of position. And Rey Mysterio is your new United States champion. So this matchup was not even 2 minutes long. So it turned out, I guess Joe was probably going to I guess that matchup at Mania was going to end up being short regardless, even if Rey was healthy. As this was what was going to happen if Rey was healthy. So yeah, then after the match, Rey Mysterio's son, Dominic, would come out to celebrate with Rey. Samoa Joe would then go and he attack Rey Mysterio for post-match assault. Samoa Joe then goes, he plants Rey Mysterio with 2 Uranagis right in front of his son, Dom, and Samoa Joe stands tall. So Rey may have won the title, but Samoa Joe gets the last laugh. But hey, and with Rey Mysterio winning, Rey Mysterio is now officially a Grand Slam champion. Yes, Rey Mysterio's in the Grand Slam champion club. Rey Mysterio, it's been long awaited, but welcome to the club, buddy. Glad to have you in it. Now, who is next to join? We're going to have to wait and see. So, continuing on, next matchup we have is in a steel cage match between Miz and Shane McMahon. So now the Cruiserweight title match is going to be after, it's now higher on the card than the steel cage match. So now this is a massive insult to both Miz and Shane McMahon to have the Cruiserweight division go after them. Like, that's some bullshit booking right there. But continuing on, highlights of the match. Miz's double leg takedown was good. Miz's hit kicks in the middle of the ring and in the corner were also good. Shane's powerbomb into the cage was good. Shane's front roll into a roll-up was very well done. That would get a kick out of 2, obviously. Shane's strikes were pretty meh. I mean, it's Shane McMahon. What else is new? Shane's fireman's into a neck breaker was pretty well done. Miz would counter the coast with a figure 4 leg lock. Shane would try to rope break, but there's no rope breaks in a no DQ match and in a steel cage, so that's useless. So then Shane would head power to the door to try and get out. And then Miz would let go to hold to try and get Shane back in the cage. While Shane was dangling below and Miz trying to pull him in, Shane would reach under the ring and bring in a chair. Miz would then boot Shane, knocking the chair out of Shane's hands. Miz would then take the chair from Shane. Shane then begs for mercy. Again, so we interrupt Money in the Bank 2019 to bring to you WrestleMania 35. Miz would not give Shane any mercy, and then Miz would hit chair shots on Shane McMahon. Miz then goes, he hits the skull-crushing finale on the Shane onto the steel chair. But as Miz goes for the count, Shane would get his foot on the rope, and then the ref stops the count at 2. Oh boy! Oh boy! So it turns out Vince McMahon's full McMahon disease is contagious, and the referees have officially caught it. So we have an instance of a referee going full McMahon. My God, full McMahon at its finest. You dumb fuck. Like, I call bullshit on that. It's like, how come when Shane was grabbing the rope earlier for us to break a submission hold and then it counts as a rope break, but when Miz goes for a pin, it counts as a rope break? There are no rope breaks in a steel cage match. I call bullshit. Miz is the winner. End of discussion. But continuing on, the crowd then goes and chants bullshit. I don't blame them. That is a bullshit. So then both men brawl on the top of the cage. Miz's toss off the top of the cage is pretty good. Miz's springboard frog splash is also good. Shane would lock in the triangle hold on Miz. Miz would power out. Then both of them would brawl on top of the cage again. Leads to the match ending. While Shane is dangling, Miz would grab Shane's shirt. Shane would then slip out of the shirt, and then Shane would fall to the floor to get the win. That's an interesting way to win a match. Like slipping out of your t-shirt. I guess Shane must have been pretty sweaty to slip out of that. Nah, he's not a big sweaty guy. Vince wouldn't have a boner for him. But obviously, I call bullshit in this match. Miz should have won. There are no rope breaks in a steel cage match. I don't give a fuck if it's a McMahon in the ring. Referee went full McMahon. Shane wins. Miz wins. End of discussion. But of course, they give it to Shane again. What else is new? So the next matchup we have is for the Cruiserweight Championship. So it's the 4th match on this card. This matchup should not be anywhere close to the mid-card, especially not the fucking mid-card. So it's pretty much a mid-card match now. Like, how the fuck does a boring-ass piss-break division go from pre-show to mid-card all of a sudden? Fucking inconsistent-ass booking. So in this matchup, we have Tony Nese defending the title against Arya Daivari. Arya comes in with a car, a nice Mercedes-Benz. So Arya Daivari is pretty much a discount Alberto Del Rio. So highlights of the match. Tony Nese's strikes throughout the match were pretty good. Yes, we're going to review a Cruiserweight matchup. It's a first, folks. The apocalypse must be near. Tony's leg sweep fall by a leg drop was good. Arya's jawbreaker was okay. Arya would then botch the reverse Boston Crab trying to get it in. Oh, look, a botch in a Cruiserweight division. What else is new? Tony's spin kick was good along with the springboard moonsault. Arya's running pump knee was good. At that point, the crowd was chanting boring throughout the match. I don't blame them. It was sort of boring. Like, this matchup should not be anywhere on the fucking main card. It should be a pre-show match. Like, seriously, what value is there left in the Cruiserweight division? Eventually, most of the Cruiserweights worth a damn end up coming up to the main roster to wrestle any competitors. Mustafa Ali, Cedric Alexander, and Drew Gulak is now officially on NXT. So, yeah, what's the point of even having this division anymore? Continuing on, Tony's cartwheel off the apron to avoid a leg sweep was actually pretty good. Arya's avalanche, arm drag off the top rope was good along. Tony's cannonball, splash ball by a 450 splash was good. Arya's super kick was good along with his Persian Lion splash. Arya would hit his hammerlock clothesline lariat. That's finished everybody. And then Tony kicks out that move at 2, so we have once again, wrestler kicks out a finisher like it's your normal move cliche. Only in the Cruiserweight division. Tony's avalanche hurricane runner from the top rope was pretty good. Leads to the match ending. Tony hits the running knee in the corner. Tony Nese gets the 3 count for the win to retain. Honestly, I didn't give a fuck about this matchup, so they should have just put this match on the pre-show and put Shane McMahon and put the SmackDown Tag Title match on the main card. But of course, Vince got to do shit that make no sense. Typical McMahon shit. Typical McMahon shit. So then after this, we go backstage and we find that Sami Zayn was attacked backstage as he is hanging upside down on a fence backstage. And then we find out that Sami Zayn has been taken to a medical center and will not compete in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Don't worry, we're going to get to that match in a little bit. So then Triple H goes to Braun to ask Braun if he had anything to do with it. Braun said he didn't. So then Triple H then decides that Braun will be ejected from the ladder, will be ejected from the building anyway to prevent any bullshit. Oh, Triple H, you're only delaying the inevitable bullshit coming your way. And if you saw the title of this video, you know what's coming. But we'll get to that when we get to that. So continuing on, it is time for the Becky Lynch doubleheader. So let's start off. Matchup number 1. We have for the Raw Women's Championship, Becky Lynch defending the Raw title against Lacey Evans. And when Lacey comes out during her intro, she rips her skirt off. And then Lacey reveals the money guns that shoot custom $100 bills out of it. Too bad they're counterfeit money and it's not real. We could have had free money, folks. But these custom $100 bills had Lacey Evans' face on it over Benjamin Franklin. Ugh. I actually like the $100 bills when it has Benjamin Franklin's face on it. But Lacey says, fuck Ben Franklin. It's all about Lacey Evans, the sassy Southern Belle now. To the matchup, though. Highlights of the match. Becky's dropkick was good along with her hip toss, followed by a basement dropkick. Becky's 4-to-8 slam was also good along with her baseball slide. Lacey's 2 knee drops were also good. Lacey's what looked like a modified DDT followed by a gear roll. Pretty good sequence for Lacey there. It was an interesting move. Lacey's leg sweep followed by an elbow drop off the top rope was pretty good. Becky's arm drag was also good, along with Lacey's neck breaker followed by a rolling moonsault. So then Lacey goes, she pulls a handkerchief out of her tights, wipes her pits and her face with it. Lacey then grabs the handkerchief and wipes Becky Lynch's face with it. Aw, look at how cute they are. She's cleaning the sweat off of Becky like a proud mama. Too bad you're both in your late 20s, early 30s. Both of yous grow up. Becky then hits a shoulder tackle off the top rope. By the way, that shoulder tackle looks a lot better than John Cena's same old shit shoulder tackles. Becky's drop kicks was good along with her Bexplex. That's what they're calling the Bexploder now, is the Bexplex. Becky would then botch the missile drop kick. That missile drop kick looked like shit. Lacey's modified stunner, which looked more like a diamond cutter, to be perfectly honest. So then Lacey goes and she calls Becky Lynch a nasty. Oh, look, another nasty insult. Please come up with a better insult. Shaking my damn head at that. But anyway, to the match ending, Lacey would go, she'd roll up Becky. Becky's shoulders are down, but the referee would not count the pin. Becky then counters the lock and disarmer to get the tap out victory. I call bullshit. Becky's shoulders were down. That's a 3 count, and the ref refused to count him. So it turns out the full McMahon spreads out to the other refs backstage. More full McMahon at its finest. Vince McMahon says, you want Lacey Evans as Raw Women's Champion? Too fucking bad. No Raw Women's title for her today. We're going to have the referee go full retard in the ring. See, I call bullshit. Lacey Evans is the winner. She's the Raw Women's Champion, but we can't have nice things like that. More typical McMahon shit. But hold up. We ain't finished yet. Because as Becky gets out of the ring, Charlotte Flair's music hits and Charlotte Flair says she wants to have her matchup now. So the next matchup is the second doubleheader matchup, which is Becky Lynch defending the SmackDown Women's title against Charlotte Flair. Highlights of the match. Becky's toss off the top rope was good, along with Charlotte's strikes were pretty meh. I mean, it's Charlotte Flair. Becky's enziguri was good, along with her strikes. Match ending. Lacey Evans will hit the women's right on Becky Lynch while the ref was distracted with Charlotte Flair. And then Charlotte Flair hits a big boot. Charlotte gets the 3 count for the win. But victory due to outside interference is always a sin. And oh look, Charlotte Flair is women's champion again. And that's her 9th women's title reign. See, remember that joke Big E said, like, back in the Raw after Roadblock 2016? Big E would go on in that Raw segment when the New Day came out. Big E would said that Ric Flair wouldn't become a 16-time world champion without losing 15 times. And then Big E said right after that would be Charlotte in 1 month. Well, guess what? 2.5 years later, look where we are. Charlotte Flair is already up to 9 women's titles. She's already halfway there to Ric Flair's 16. There's a good chance she's going to tie it. So if you want a prediction, I'm going to say in 4 years, I say by 2023, we'll see Charlotte Flair as a 16-time women's champion. You heard it here first, folks. Book it. So then after the match, Becky Lynch gets out of the ring and she attacks Lacey Evans for post-match assault. Charlotte Flair then gets out of the ring and she aids Lacey Evans, and it becomes a 2-on-1 attack. Then Bayley's music hits, and then Miss Money in the Bank Bayley comes out to aid Becky Lynch. Bayley then hits the Bayley to belly on Lacey Evans. Charlotte then takes out Bayley with a big boot. Charlotte will make a run at Bayley in the corner. Bayley sidesteps and Charlotte runs into the ring post. Bayley then hesitates, and then Bayley grabs the contract and she announces that she's cashing in her Money in the Bank contract. So then Bayley gets ready, the bell rings, so it's an official cash-in. Bayley drags Charlotte out of the corner. Bayley hits the elbow drop on Charlotte off the top rope. Bayley gets the 3 count for the win. And Bayley is your new SmackDown Women's Champion. So that Charlotte Flair title run was only like 5 minutes. That was pretty short. Bayley then goes, she celebrates in the crowd. So the cash-in is a successful cash-in. Interesting. So now that means, in terms of the women's Money in the Bank contract, the women's contract is now 3-0. There's never been a failed women's cash-in for that women's contract. And Lacey Evans and Bayley becomes the second second wrestler to cash in the women's Money in the Bank contract the same night she won it. The other was Alexa Bliss last year. And how ironic that we've had the women's contract cash in the same night they won it in back-to-back years. How ironic. But Bayley is your new champion. Watch, this will just be a ploy to have Charlotte become a 10-time women's champion. Yep, we're starting that. So next up, we get a one-on-one match. We were going to get boring fuckface Roman Reigns versus Elias, but before the match backstage, while Roman is on his way out, Elias comes out and smashes Roman in the back with a guitar for pre-match assault. So then Elias goes, he heads to the ring. Elias then gets an electric guitar to do a guitar solo performance. So Elias goes on and says that he's not only the biggest acquisition in SmackDown history, he is also the biggest acquisition in WWE. I call bullshit. So then Elias goes on and says that Vince told him in a text message that the future of WWE will forever be safe with Elias. I call double bullshit. The future of WWE is not safe. Record low ratings. Wrestlers want the fuck out of the company first chance they get. The future of the company is not safe. Don't feed me that bullshit. So then Elias goes on, he calls Hartford, Connecticut a substandard toilet bowl. Oh look, toilet humor. Wonderful. Then Elias goes on and says that Hartford is full of boring people, and that Elias brings energy to everybody. And then Elias says that no one wants to hear Roman talk. That one I agree, because Roman Reigns, he sounds like a fucking retarded version of Sylvester Stallone. Roman Reigns, I sound like retarded Sylvester Stallone. Roman Reigns, I'm a big dummy in the ring. And Elias goes on and says that he took the big doggy for a walk. Elias, we don't call him the big dog. We call him the big dumbass. So then Elias goes on and takes a shot at the Hartford Whalers, the former NHL team. If anyone's wondering, Hartford Whalers were a former NHL team around, say, I think it was 1997. The Whalers officially relocated to And actually it was 1998. 1997-1998 NHL season, Hartford Whalers relocated to Carolina to become the Carolina Hurricanes. And Elias says that Hartford sucks. And then Elias says he likes nobody here and then leaves the ring. So Elias has another brilliant performance. But as Elias hits the stage, boring fuckface's music hits. And then boring fuckface Roman Reigns runs out and hits a stupid man punch on Elias. So the pre-match assault continues. Roman grabs Elias. Roman throws Elias back in the ring. Roman gets in ring. This is literally the match. Bell rings. Roman does his ooh-ah pose. That dumbass ooh-ah pose. Roman hits the spear. Roman gets the 3 count for the win. So Roman just squashed Elias. So it was a squash match. And Roman Reigns really had to shovel out tonight. A squash match on a pay-per-view, Roman winning in a quick fashion. Guess what? There's your WWE garbage moment of the week right there. I knew Roman Reigns was bringing that shovel Sunday. I told you this was gonna happen. Shovel was in full effect Sunday. Never doubt me, folks. Never doubt me. I always know what's right. I always know what they're gonna do. Hell, I can even fucking predict this shit, folks. But yeah, boring fuckface wins again. The burial of Elias starts here. So yeah, what else is new? Let's just move on. So next matchup we have is for the Universal Championship. We have Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles. Why is this match not the main event? Like, this is an insult to both men. Like, this is some bullshit. Why ain't both men main eventing Money in the Bank? Like, this is stupid. But anyway, to the matchup, we'll go ahead and review it anyway. Highlights of the match. AJ's head scissors were good along with his arm drag. Seth's head toss followed by a knee drop was very good. AJ's drop kick was good along with his backbreaker. Seth would botch a hip toss. It honestly looked like shit. I'm not sure what the fuck that was supposed to be. AJ's sliding knee on the apron was good along with Seth's 2 suicide dives. Seth's swing blade was good along with a springboard clothesline. AJ would counter a ripcord knee to a fireman's knee. That neck breaker on the knee. Pretty well done by AJ there. Seth's buckle bomb followed by a splash was also good along with AJ's German. AJ's torture rack into a rack bomb was pretty well done too. Great sequence from AJ. Great storytelling from him in this match. Seth's reverse superplex followed by a 1916. Very well done. Seth's low super kick followed by AJ's calf crusher to counter the stomp. Pretty well done. AJ's moonsault to a reverse DDT. Very well done. Seth's super kick was good along with his enziguri followed by a low super kick. AJ would counter the stomp with the Styles Clash. That would get a kick out at 2. So once again, we have wrestler kicks out a finisher like it's your normal move cliche. Seth would then hit the ripcord knee followed by a low super kick. To the match ending, Seth hits the stomp on AJ Styles. Seth gets the 3 count for the win. To be perfectly honest, I would have been okay with either man winning this match. Like, this was a great match, a match I didn't want to see end. Unfortunately, somebody had to lose this match. And unfortunately, it had to be AJ Styles. But after the match, AJ gets back in the ring. Seth poses with the title, thinking AJ's gonna cheap shot him. AJ then goes and offers his hand out for a handshake. Seth would shake AJ's hand, and then AJ leaves the ring. So AJ showing Seth a sign of respect and admitting to Seth that he was the better man tonight. Hey, a good show of sportsmanship from both men. And it was a great match, nonetheless. So next up, we had Lucha House Party, Kalisto, Lince Dorado, and Gran Metalik coming out for a 6-man tag match. So we have an impromptu match on a pay-per-view. That's going to devalue some points off the show rating. But as they're in the ring getting ready to go, Lars Sullivan music hits, and then Lars Sullivan comes out to the ring. Lars goes on, he attacks Lince Dorado and Gran Metalik for pre-match assault. Kalisto then goes and headbutts Lars in the head as Lars is getting the ring. Lars then starts bleeding on the top of his head. I'm gonna say it here, that's an obvious blade job. It looked like a blade job. So Lars bladed. He used the razor blade to cut him open a little blood packet. But yeah, that's bleeding right there, folks. Almost obvious bleeding in the world. Lars goes on, he hits a running power slam on Kalisto. Lars stands tall. Okay, is Lars gonna do anything in the ring? Anytime soon, Vince? Please? Show me what he can do in a match. We already seen what he can do in a normal segment. Now let's see what he can do in a match. Come on. So continuing on, next up, our next matchup is for the WWE Championship. We have Kofi Kingston defending against Kevin Owens. Highlights of the match, Kofi's springboard axe handle was good. Kevin's super kick was also good, along with his running senton. And Kevin's frog splash off the apron. At one point in the match, Kevin would toss Kofi off the apron, and Kofi would land straight into the cameraman. So we have, ha, you hit the cameraman moment. Kofi's overhead back body drop into the apron was pretty well done. Kofi's drop kick, but then Kevin would counter the boom drop into a Boston Crab, which was pretty good. Kofi's double stomp on the apron was also good, along with his Kevin's super kick, though, to counter a corkscrew dive in midair. That was pretty well done. Great textbook from Kevin Owens there. Kofi's SOS was okay. I think Kofi could have done better on the landing. But, you know, it is what it is. So then Kevin goes, he counters the Trouble in Paradise and locks in another Boston Crab. Both times, Kofi powered out for a rope break. So the refs didn't go full McMahon in this matchup. So then Kevin goes, he hits a pop-up powerbomb on Kofi Kingston. Kofi kicks out at 2. So we have wrestler kicks out a finisher like it's your normal move cliche. Kofi then hits the Trouble in Paradise on Kevin Owens, but Kevin falls out of range, so Kofi can't pin him. So once Kofi throws Kevin back in the ring, Kevin then hits a stunner on Kofi, but Kofi would force a rope break at 2, and the referee was able to actually catch it. So this referee wasn't going full McMahon. He did not get the disease. Good job. So then Kevin goes, he grabs Kofi's boots and rips them right off his feet, so we have to see Kofi's gray and pink sports stocks. Interesting color wheel. Let's move on. So Kevin goes for a swanton bomb. Kofi counters it by getting his knees up onto Kevin's back. Leads to the match ending. Kofi hits the Trouble in Paradise on Kevin Owens. Kofi Kingston gets the 3 count for the win. So Kofi is successful in his first pay-per-view title defense. So the Cinderella run continues for Kofi Kingston. How long will it last? We'll have to, quote, wait and see. So next up, we get to our main event match, which is the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. And keep in mind, the men's Money in the Bank contract is 15-4 when cashed in. So there have been 19 men's cash-ins, and 15 of them have been successful ones. We've had 4 failed cash-ins according to the last 2 years. So we start off with 7 competitors in this match. We have Baron Corbin, Andrade Cien Almas, Mustafa Ali, Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, Intercontinental Champion Finn Balor, Ricochet. The 8th person does make its presence, but that will be later on in the match. We'll get to that when we get to that. But yeah, anyway, to the matchup. Like, honestly, screw this company by having this matchup main event again over AJ Styles and Seth Rollins. AJ and Seth should have been the main event, no doubt about it. But to the matchup, highlights of the match. Randy's 3 side suplexes onto the English announce table were pretty good, but all 3 times the table didn't break, so we have table didn't break. Ricochet's cannonball dive was also good. Andrade's missile drop kick to the ladder was also good. Drew McIntyre and Baron Corbin's ladder strikes were okay. Ricochet's code breaker was good. Mustafa's front roll facebuster was also good, along with his drop kick. Baron's Beal throw into the ladder was good. Oh, Baron Corbin, you learned a new move. Congratulations, Baron. You still fucking suck, though. Drew's overhead belly to belly into the ladder was good. Randy's mid-rope DDT was also good, too. Drew's Claymore also on point. Finn's Enziguri was good, along with a sling blade. Finn's double leg followed by a stomp onto the ladder. The ladder just happened to be conveniently placed. So conveniently placed ladder is conveniently placed. Finn's ladder strikes are pretty good along with Andrade's ladder strikes. Andrade's sunset flip powerbomb through a ladder, that was pretty impressive. That was a really good move there. Mustafa's tornado DDT followed by the Frankensteiner, which is now what they're calling his spike DDT / reverse Rana. Mustafa's Spanish fly off the ladder onto the floor was pretty well done too. Great job from Mustafa and Andrade for that move. Mustafa's super kick was good. Baron's choke slam through the Spanish announce table was also good too. So Baron learned another move. How come we can't have a match where Baron Corbin knows more than just a deep six in the end of days? Like, give Baron some more moves. No wonder people call him Boring Corbin. So then Baron goes, he throws Drew McIntyre into the crowd. So we have heel faction tag team turns on each other in an every man for himself match cliche. Baron's choke slam onto the ladder was also good. Ricochet's muscle dropkick is also good. Baron then gets up and then hits a deep six, which was pretty well done too. Drew would then hit a Claymore to Baron Corbin. Now I wonder what the tensions will be like on Raw after this. But hey, in the end, Money in the Bank match. It's every man for himself at the end of the day. Gotta do what you gotta do. Drew's standing suplex into the ladder was also good, along with his reverse Alabama slam onto the ladder. Ricochet's springboard clothesline was good. Drew's Beal throw through a ladder set up outside the ring between the apron and the English announce table. Pretty well done. So we have ladders made out of wood. Randy hits an RKO on Drew off the ladder. Mustafa's Hurricane Rana off the top rope was good. So then here's the interesting sequence. Match ending. Mustafa Ali climbs up the ladder. As Mustafa's about to unhook the briefcase, Brock Lesnar's music hits, and then Brock Lesnar runs out to the ring. Brock comes in, he knocks Mustafa Ali off the ladder. Brock sets ladder back up, Brock climbs ladder. Brock unhooks briefcase to win the match, so Brock Lesnar was the 8th competitor this entire time. And Brock Lesnar is your new Mr. Money in the Bank ladder match. I mean, you knew Mr. Money in the Bank, and that's how he had Money in the Bank. Oh my fucking god, WWE. Well, this is the ultimate full McMahon of full McMahons. Like, I'll give WWE kudos. I definitely didn't see that coming. So yeah, I didn't see that coming. I honestly, I did sort of though see it coming at the same time though. Because it's rumored that Brock's going to be winning the Universal title in Saudi Arabia again. But they didn't say how. So, even though I saw it coming, I will give it kudos. I didn't see it coming this way. I'll give them credit where it's due. So, we have a part-timer now as Mr. Money in the Bank. Like, this matchup was good, actually, but Brock Lesnar had to fucking ruin it. Fuck. And guess what? This pretty much means that now Brock Lesnar is guaranteed to win the Money in the Bank contract. Like, he's gonna win the Universal title in 3 weeks and now in Saudi Arabia. This is now just a guarantee for it. Like, seriously, do you see that? Do you see this being a failed cash-in for a 3rd year in a row? Like, Brock has Paul creative control. He's gonna pull it to have a successful cash-in and win the title again. Like, this just makes it obvious. Like, what else is there to see? So when Brock cashes in, it doesn't matter what happens. We all lose either way, no matter if Brock wins the cash-in or not. Like, if Brock wins the matchup, we then gotta deal with his bullshit as Universal Champion again. And I'll say it here, folks. Honestly, I'm starting to lose my love for this company, though, this entire year. And I'll say it here. If Brock Lesnar wins the Universal title, I'm joining everybody. I'm walking off. I'm walking away. Like, I'm not going to watch another episode of WWE if Brock wins the title. Like, if Brock does win it, I'm not watching another episode until WWE gets their shit together. And it's probably going to be in 3 weeks. See, in 3 weeks, Vince, clock's ticking. I tell you, Vince, don't do it. Don't go full McMahon in Saudi Arabia. You put that title back on Lesnar, you may as well delete the company. But at the same time, if Lesnar fails to cash in, then the men's Money in the Bank contract officially means nothing. When you haven't failed to cash in 3 years in a row. And at that point, if Brock fails to cash in, we may as well get rid of the men's Money in the Bank contract match. Because then it will mean nothing. And it will be the 5th time, all in this decade, 5th time in like 9 years, the men's contract will fail to cash in. So this is a situation where nobody wins. Like, Brock's gonna ruin not only Money in the Bank, but the Universal title itself. Like, after Saudi Arabia, that Universal title is gonna have about as much value as a fucking replica. It shouldn't fucking be that way. Like, by God, Vince, you learned fucking nothing. You learned nothing from Brock's last 2 title reigns. Like, Vince McMahon and his fucking yes men, they're the fucking problem with this company. This company will not last 5 fucking years as long as Vince is in charge. So yeah, in terms of a rating, with Brock winning, this event gets an automatic 0 out of 10. 0 out of 10. Garbage ass pay-per-view. Match of the night goes to Seth Rollins, AJ Styles. Honestly, I think that's a good thing that match wasn't the main event now. Because odds are, if it was, Brock would have cashed in and won the Universal title. So then we would have had both contracts cash in successfully on the same night. But yeah, I'm telling you, Vince, don't do it. If Brock wins the title, I'm not watching. I'll cancel my subscription to the WWE Network. Because I've been a fan of WWE for over 10 years. I am now slowly starting to lose my love for this company. I'm losing my passion for this. Like I haven't been the same in my reviews as of late, to be perfectly honest. Like, honestly, I've been looking to take my channel in a new direction. As you've seen this, pretty much this year and most of the end of last year, I've been looking to take in a new direction. But doing a lot of experimenting with new video styles. So yeah, trying to find ways to better myself and evolve in an ever-changing technology world. But you know what? I think it was sort of obvious to a lot of people that 2019 was looking like my final year as a WWE fan. It just turned out that Brock losing the title at Mania was just delaying the inevitable of Brock winning the title back. Like, I'm slowly but steadily losing my love for this company. And if Brock wins that title and I walk out and I lose, like, that's going to be a big blow to the YouTube fan base. If I walk off. Because I won't be the only one. I know a lot of people will also walk off too. Like, the YouTube wrestling community isn't the same that it was 5 years ago. Like, a lot of the top wrestling YouTubers, names like Tyrone, Magnus, and etc., they're all gone. They all stopped watching. And odds are they're never coming back. Ever. And you know what? More and more people are going to stop watching. Ratings are at record time lows. And with no future in sight, it doesn't look like this company's getting any better. Like, what do you want me to say? Like, if this company wants to last more than 5 years, last 10 years, 20 years down the line, you gotta get rid of Vince McMahon. He's gotta go. Vince has to go. No question about it. This company will go nowhere with Vince McMahon in charge. And there's no future in sight for it. They have no momentum right now. And yeah, if WWE loses the Fox deal, they are in massive trouble. Because the only thing that's going to keep them afloat is the Saudi Arabia shows. Oh, they made so much money from last year. How much of that money was from the Saudi Arabia shows? Take that money they made from the Saudi Arabia shows and the Australia show. Take that money out of their profits last year. You see how much they really made. Not a whole lot. But yeah, I think I got on with this rant long enough. And oh, by the way, on Raw, Mick Foley's introducing a new title on Raw. probably going to be the return of the hardcore title. And that title is probably not going to mean anything anyway. So fuck it, I don't fucking care. But yeah, Vince, 3 weeks. I'm not joking. If Brock wins the title, I'm out. My foot's already out the door. 1 foot's already out the door. Brock wins, I'm out. And this time, I'm not joking, it's for real. And it will be for good. As I'll tell a story here real quick, folks, before I end this off. My dad was a big-time wrestling fan in the 90s and early 2000s. Around the mid-2000s, my dad stopped watching WWE because it wasn't good back then. My dad would go on to not watch WWE for 5 years. He only came back to watching it once I became a fan. Once I started watching it, he came back. So yeah, that was one thing me and my dad really had in common. So yeah. And this time when I stop watching, I'm not coming back. Unless WWE gets their shit together. You know, when that inevitable day comes, I'll announce what the future of the channel is then. But for then, let's try and enjoy whatever time I have left here in the wrestling YouTube community. But yeah, we'll continue this rant another day. I'm done with this. See you all on Monday. Hope everyone's a great day. Peace out.